And now, the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Sprite.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about to begin. Moments away, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, there's been a lot of discussion about them in the offseason, and even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, watching the teams take the court for the first.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Raptors in this one. Welcome to Minnesota, the home court advantage for the Timberwolves here at the Target Center. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. So the Timberwolves win the tip. So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Lowry and Williams, the guards. DeRozan out there with Ibaka. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 down low. Now here's Butler. Here's the floater. And he gets the buckets. Butler's got the game going with his first points of the game for Minnesota. On defense, the Timberwolves. Lowry drives in. DeRozan on the wing from downtown. That is good.
He can become a weapon for them if he gets going early from long range.
Rubio with it. Well, the problem was clear last year with the Wolves and what they lacked. Interior defense. So many baskets. Clark giving up at the rim by him.
And in transition as well, Kevin. They were in the bottom 3 in points in the paint and fast break points against. Hard to win consistently with those numbers.
Here is Williams. Following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Fires the 3. And DeRozan at the basket on the assist by Lowry. And it's 6 points for DeMar DeRozan. And so it's Minnesota with it. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And he finished it off with a lay-in.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Flip Saunders. He told me there aren't many big men with the mobility and length of Jonas Valanciunas, and that he's a player they'll really have to account for, saying, quote, JV's still developing his skill set, but there just aren't that many people in the world of his size. And you factor in his motor, he can really impact a game. Guys, we'll see how they try to deal with him.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
Thaddeus Young, a face-up 4-man. A lot more of a driver, but trying to develop his three-point shot. In fact, last season, a career high in attempts from long range, and he made them at a pretty respectable rate.
And Young, really a solid three-point shooter from straight on last season. Good form, even with the somewhat slow trigger. If he can knock that shot down, he becomes a nightmare to defend because we know he can get to the bucket. 4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%, can't do better than that.
Rubio against Lowry. Rubio dishes to Wiggins. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And Young, in his 8th season, still 26 years of age.
Yeah, room to grow. I mean, if he develops that three-point shot, gets a little stronger on the boards, I think he has a chance to become one of the best face-up 4s in the league.
And both free throws good for Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins, blessed with great athletic bloodlines. You know, his father was a former NBA player, and his mom was an Olympic sprinter, so make no mistake. Great genes there.
4 or 5 to start the game. That's their first miss.
Rebounded by Valanciunas. Toronto's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Young with the steal. Butler passes to Dang. And the basket by Rubio.
That is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
At his size 6'8" with a 7-foot arm span, Andrew Wiggins has a chance to literally rise above his opponents.
Great bounce. Tremendous bounce ability. Over 40-inch vertical jump. And he's got a quick second and third jump as well, Kevin, which sometimes is overlooked, but it makes a big difference in the game of basketball.
Scouts don't overlook that, though.
No, they're always on top of it.
Sure are. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And it's off from three-point range. Outside DeRozan. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 4. Rubio with it. Lowry picks him up. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here's DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. DeRozan brings the double team. And Butler, here we go.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
And so Butler nails both of them.
For the first time in a long time, it seems that the Raptors have a clear vision of where they are headed and are on the right track, and it helps when you know where you're going. You can definitely feel the sense of hopefulness and optimism around this team and among the fans.
Rubio outside. And Young, here we go. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Thaddeus Young is a left-hander out of Georgia Tech. Only played 1 year in college and has really rounded into a nice pro. He's a very unique player. He's a face-up, slashing power forward with a lightning-quick first step. I mean, he's really hard to keep in front.
Now here is Lowry. He has 5. Williams against Butler. Williams kicks to Lowry. And again, Toronto with the triple. And Thaddeus Young able to outquick most of his opponents, especially Steve in transition.
Yeah, nice spin move, getting to the rim, and a creative finisher in close. He's got the hook, the scoop, the floater. This guy's dangerous in a lot of different ways.
Jang.
Gorgie Jang getting an opportunity late last season with Nikola Pekovic's ankle issues, and the rookie responded as many people thought he would. He was just opportunity away from showing that he could compete at the NBA level.
And the second free throw, good. Raptors leading by 8. Pass to Williams. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And Jang last season became only the 4th rookie in the last 20 years to put up a 20-point, 20-rebound game.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Kevin, he's a terrific... Oh, my goodness. What a huge play. They've built a big lead here early.
Both defensively and offensively. They've been terrific right from the tip.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Well, what an incredible journey it's been for Serge Ibaka. Growing up in the Congo during a terrible civil war, the tragic loss of his mom to a stroke, the streets so unsafe that she couldn't leave the home to go to a hospital. To go from that to where he is now, and an indescribable contrast and an amazing story.
It's a super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
Outside Butler. Rebounded by Valanciunas. And Ibaka planned as a youth to escape the Congo and find a way to provide for his family.
Well, and it's a big family, too. I mean, he's the third youngest of 18 brothers and sisters. Pretty incredible. And now he's not just helping them, but he's making a huge difference for thousands of people throughout Africa, supporting orphanages, hospitals, schools. I mean, what great work Ibaka is doing.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Kicks to Wiggins. Shot, high post, and it's blocked by Ibaka. Young for three. Toronto grabs the miss. And DeRozan. Here we go. There's the killer two-handed slam.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
Butler with the ball. Now Valanciunas defending. Young's shot is off.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
And the dunk by Valanciunas. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
The drive by Rubio. Butler dishes to Jang. DeRozan with the rebound.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss. Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists. I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute. Well, for Ricky Rubio, it seems there's been a little disappointment in his development as a shooter, but still room for hope and optimism. The Timberwolves were much better with him on the floor. His overall impact on the game still undervalued, but clearly impactful.
Stevie, talk about that stat for Rubio. The Timberwolves were almost 13 points per 100 possessions better with him on the floor.
Yeah, between his passing and his defense, he's a difference maker, Kevin. I know his shooting percentages haven't been great over the course of his career, but they're getting better. And Rubio, there's no doubting that he makes his team better when he's out there.
6 on the shot clock. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Rubio's got 6 points.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And that's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Shoots it. DeRozan's shot is good. And the Raptors lead by 16.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
Now Young inside, and he takes the feed in stride and he slams it home.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
And Toronto has possession. Now here's Williams, outside for Lowry. Tries from 10, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. 10 points for him.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They've really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Wiggins. And Young, here we go. Got that one up quick. Young's got 7 points in the game.
Hasn't been the hot start he's wanted here. I mean, he's got a few to fall, but doesn't seem on target most of the time he fires.
Left side, Butler. Second shot opportunity, and Crawford lays it up and in.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Toronto leading by 12. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
DeMar DeRozan, a first-time All-Star last year. He improved his long-range shooting. On wing threes, up around 40%, and that allowed him to shoot the best overall three-point percentage of his career.
And DeRozan last season cracking 30% from long range for the first time in his young, promising career. That outside shot has been the missing part of his offensive game because we know he can get to the rack.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
And it's Lowry penetrating. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Talk about DeRozan attacking inside, Steve, last season among the top 5 in free throws made.
Yeah, 6'7", he's strong, he's athletic. You know, he has the ability to finish in the lane, and I just like the way he's improved as a passer as well, getting his teammates involved.
Rubio outside. The shot, no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Finding the open man every trip down the floor.
It certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Here's Rubio, and he drops it in from the low post. Rubio's got 8.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
DeRozan against Rubio. Outside DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point range, Thaddeus Young grabs the miss, but they get it back. Lowry passes to DeRozan. Tries again. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 28 points for DeMar DeRozan.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all. They've been able to score with ease.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Here's Dang. And it's Kyle Lowry with the rebound. Lowry's got his 5th rebound in this one. Rejected by Young. Here's Rubio. He's got 8. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. And he's good on the 3-ball. Butler's got 7 points in the game.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass him.
Lowry has the open look, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Raptors lead by 16. Minnesota's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Rubio against Lowry. Valanciunas on the double team. It's stolen by Ibaka. Outside Lowry. Lets it go with the 3. That one goes. Count it. He's got 18.
The defense has done very little to slow him down so far.
Here's Crawford. Rubio in the corner. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. The Timberwolves have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Here's DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 30 points for DeMar DeRozan.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. It's the Raptors just dominating this one. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the 3-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Lowry and Williams, the guards. Ibaka is out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, DeMar DeRozan, with great size at the shooting guard position, recently he's looked to exploit that advantage in the post. He said, quote, I look at guys like Kobe, and as they started to get older, they got better in the low block. I looked at it as, quote, if I get better at it now, that's going to be a benefit for me later. Guys, he's already seeing the dividends paid.
Getting close-range buckets and getting to the line, Doris, that's helping his efficiency. Thanks. Here's Crawford. All alone. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 5 rebounds tonight. DeRozan's shot is good.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
The Raptors, one of the top defensive teams in the league last season. Not something we've historically associated with this franchise, but give credit to Dwayne Casey and his staff. I mean, they've got this young team competing at that end of the floor, and that's where it starts if you're going to be good defensively. You've got to want to play at that end of the floor.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Now Young inside. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Young left side. He dishes it to Williams. Martin goes in. Pass to Dang. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Williams. DeRozan's got 40 points. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Williams kicks to Young. Goes back up. It's hauled in by the Raptors. And Dang gets it to go.
You see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket.
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
From 11 feet away, and again it's DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan's got 42 in the game.
Boy, they look helpless defensively.
Here's Young, and he jams it with authority. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You've got to challenge him a little bit.
Well, certainly a story here at the Target Center is the ongoing $100 million renovation to the building. Split 50-50 between the team and the city of Minneapolis. And that's great news for Timberwolves fans.
The Raptors making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. Ibaka goes in. To the wing on the left. Patterson dishes to Lowry. Tries from 16. And it's Lowry again missing.
And you look at the long list of improvement for the Target Center. New lobbies, new box office, renovated locker rooms, new clubs and gathering areas. Seems like they're getting great bang for their buck.
Shots good from Young.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Toronto leading by 20. And it's Lowry penetrating. Williams with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Crawford leading the charge. There's the bucket. Good. Crawford's got 8 points.
They're looking significantly better now, but still a long way to go to get all the way back into this.
Well, at least the effort's there now. It had been sorely lacking earlier.
And the shot is good. And guys, it can be tough to see teams pressuring cities for new arenas. Nice that the Timberwolves can stay put and still get those improvements.
Absolutely, Kevin. You know, this building is good bones, a great location, so it's a pleasure to see the transformation they're making here, and we're already starting to see some of the results of that.
That's good. Crawford's got 6 here in this quarter.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Williams kicks to Patterson. And there's the pass to DeRozan. Dishes to Patterson. Three-pointer, Lowry. And again, Toronto with the triple.
D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. Williams can't get it to go. Timberwolves have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Williams with the block. Into Patterson. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Ibaka. Landry Fields comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Ross, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Vasquez in for Kyle Lowry. From the baseline. Shot's good by Williams. Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's one of the toughest shots in basketball, Kevin. It's so tricky to get the soft touch and the accuracy when you're flying to the basket.
Here's Patterson. No good. Good defensive work there by Young. The Timberwolves have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. The 11-footer, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Rejected by Martin. The Timberwolves really have a tough one to go here. They set the pick. Crawford, no one around him. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
The Timberwolves shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Now the dish to Crawford. That drops. Crawford's got 12.
Well, sometimes when you're at a height disadvantage, that's the way to attack. Go right at your defender.
Good.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, a great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a...
Oh, what a play.
Oh, look at that.
That is a...
Bring him down the house.
Now Williams. Young, right side, fires from deep. Cannot hit. And Toronto will come the other way. Ross kicks to Vasquez. And that one's good.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively. Rivas Vasquez throughout his career has been more of a passer than a scorer, but last season the highest scoring rate of his career, and he's improved his three-point shot every season up to almost 38% last year.
Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Crawford, no one around him. They get it again. Jang. But they recover it.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official.
First one falls for.
Making the playoffs was a goal the Raptors had been working towards for a long time, and last year they were able to get back to the postseason for the first time since 2008.
A long drought came to a close last year, Clark, for Toronto. It wasn't a long ride in the playoffs, but the Raptors sure provided some excitement.
Well, that Game 7 loss to the Nets, Kevin, broke some hearts, but that's just a young team losing to a veteran team, and that always serves you well when you're looking to become more competitive, and ultimately the Raptors benefit from that type of experience.
Here's Young. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Young's got 13 points.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Ross passes to Fields. And again, Toronto with the triple.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That will be foul number 5 on him. Minnesota making some changes. Wiggins is checked in for Martin. Brewer comes in for Jamal Crawford. And Barea subbed in for Williams. Here's Barea. The rebound by Patterson. Toronto shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
To the middle, deflects the pass. It's stolen by Valanciunas. To the inside, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. And turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Here's Fields. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Fields has got 14 points.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment. J.J. Barea, quick scoring guard, great attacking off of pick and rolls. And for his size, I'll tell you what, he has an impressive ability to finish around the rim.
Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Valanciunas. And for Barea, just 6 feet. A scrappy defender, Clark. He played.
And now, presented by Sprite, the 2K pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about to begin. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Miami Heat. You take a look at the Heat. It's always an exciting time of the year as fans and other players and coaches around the league all getting a first look at how they might be.
Oh, say does that.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Along with Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter. Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. It's all about the Eastern Conference. That's where the action is today as the Atlanta Hawks get ready to battle. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Heat, Vaj and the Birdman, Chris Anderson at the 4 and 5. Dragic is out there with Big Red, and it's Dang in at the 3. On defense, Atlanta lets the 3 fly, and that one's good.
Well, if you remember early in Eric Spoelstra's head coaching career, when he was new and the big three were assembled, there were some people questioning Spoelstra's command, maybe even within the team. Those questions are long gone now. He has become an excellent head coach.
Now here's Dragic. Here's McCoy. Traps in the tray. Big Red's have got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Miami.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Schroeder, the 7-footer falls.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
Now here's Bosch. The kick out to Dang. There's the triple. And it's Bosch, that time on the assist by Dang. Bosch has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Scott. Chris Bosch with the rebound.
The defender was in his jersey that time, Steve.
And it rattled him. He clearly was not comfortable at all on the release.
And he gets it to go.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively, they look great.
Here's Schroeder after the made shot from Goran Dragic. Antic dishes to Kira. Hands it from downtown.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. A chance now to go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
Kevin, they need to have all 5 guys on the floor to be alert on defense at all times in this one because of the caliber athleticism they are facing. He told his team, if you snooze for 1 second, they'll backdoor pick you and get an alley-oop. We have to be on our game here, guys. They don't want to get dunked on, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in. Terrell's got 5 points so far. Here's Big Red. 6 points for him. He kicks to Bosch. Fires the 3. And the Heat, another 3.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
Miami leading by 7. Here's McCoy. Count that one. 8 points for him.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They have really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
Schroeder passes to Baseman. There's the 3. Rebound by the Heat. And it's Dang at the elbow. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Luol Deng is the definition of the game. He averaged over 38 minutes a game over the last 5 seasons with the Bulls. Played with a fractured thumb, torn ligaments in his wrist. He always goes all out at both ends every time he's on the court.
And when you talk about the physical toll for Deng playing those long minutes, tremendous discipline and dedication to keep his body ready to go. His hard work and leadership has to be missed by the Bulls on and off the court.
Miami's gone a perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. A lot of their points coming by way of the 3 in the first quarter.
It has taken them no time to build this lead up on the strength of a great first quarter offensively.
And they need to continue to put pressure on the defense and try to really run away with this one from here.
The Hawks trail by 10. And for Deng, back in the 2013 playoffs, he tried to practice through complications from a spinal tap. You don't hear that very often. That was a life-threatening condition.
And Kevin, he was unhappy with his care during that incident and said nobody from the Bulls checked up on him at the hospital. So I think that cast a real cloud over their ensuing contract negotiations. You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Here's Bazemore. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. On the wing, Deng. And again, Miami with the triple.
The defense has done very little to slow them down so far.
Here's Schroeder. He dishes it to Scott. Puts it up from 12, and it's off the back rim. No good.
I'll tell you what, the mid-range shot is not the easiest one to make, but when you've got daylight like he had there, I mean, those are shots you want to make.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter, and just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Here's Schroeder following the score by Luol Deng. Antic kicks it to Bazemore. Pass to Carroll. Shot to stop the run, and that one's good. Carroll's got 8. Miami leading by 12. To the wing on the left. Deng passes to McCoy. Left side Anderson. Heat moving the ball around. Bosch the screen. And he uses the glass on the layup. 10 points for him.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Here's Schroeder. Here's Bazemore. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Here's Big Red. A 12-point game. Right side Bosch. Got a piece of it. There's the pass to McCoy. That one goes. Count it. Big Red's got 10.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
23 seconds.
The Heat leading by 14. Takes the 13-footer. Bounces high off the rim and drops. He's got 12.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence. Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
Schroeder's gone 3 for 5 from the field. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. 14 points for Big Red.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
Here's Antic. Carroll kicks to Schroeder.
Well, to get those big in-conference wins, you've got to be able to adjust mid-game, and the Hawks did that very well last season. A lot of runs for them in the third quarter of games.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Heat came into last season looking to three-peat, and anything less would have been a disappointment.
Yeah, well, you could see that they were focusing on the playoffs last year. The Bobcats didn't really stand a chance against them in round 1. It was easy picking for the Heat.
Well, to get back to the Heat last year, a lot of teams in the conference didn't really look to be in the same ballpark as Miami in terms of playoff hunger.
You know, the Heat did breeze through to the finals, but the three-peat just was not in the cards after they fell to the Spurs. Terrific run nonetheless. 4 consecutive NBA Finals, 2 championships, and quite honestly, who knows how things could have gone if the air conditioning didn't fail or any other twist in that epic series. That air conditioning went down in Game 1, folks, if you didn't recall that, but it wasn't anything about air conditioning. The Spurs were super hot and well-oiled and highly motivated. They wanted that trophy.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time, but if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
They had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
And the Hawks making a change here. Cephalosius checked in. Here's Antic. Here's Mack. Just 5 to shoot. Passes it to Scott. And here's Cephalosius for 3. Rebound by the Heat. Deng's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Dragic dishes to Deng. Here's Big Red. He's got 14, and that one's good. Big Red's got 17.
Well, they've really come out on fire with the killer instinct here, absolutely torching it from beyond the arc.
Mack, the pass to Cephalosha. The dish to Antic. The feed to Cephalosha. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Heat leading by 19 points. Dragic, the pass to McCoy. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. 20 points for Big Red.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today, Steve.
I'll say the defense has been ineffective trying to run shooters off that three-point line.
Looking to end the run. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Thabo Cephalosha missed games with the calf strain last season. The Thunder, however, actually scored and defended a little better without him and Kendrick Perkins. Hard to figure.
Payne, he's checked in for Scott. And Thabo Cephalosha, Steve, a 3-and-D wing player. But his three-point percentage fell to the low 30s last season after, he had shot over 40% the previous 2 years.
And he needs that shot to be effective offensively. Spot-up shooting really is kind of the extent of his role at that end of the floor. So when he's not making that shot, it really hurts their offense.
Here's Mack, following the score by Miami. Feeds to Bazemore. In the corner, Cephalosha with it. Pass to Mack. Over Dang. Mack, no luck.
So far on the glass, it hasn't even been close.
Yeah, they're taking it to him. I mean, just getting physical. Like, it feels like they've gotten every rebound, Clark.
Now here's Anderson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And he gets it to go.
Wow, he just keeps rolling. Unreal.
You talk about putting up points in a hurry. I mean, he's got personal spurt ability. He can't miss.
Here's Mack. Anderson with the block. And here again, the Heat.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now.
Oh, man, they are just putting the hammer down right now.
Defensively and offensively. It has all been working for him today.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Bazemore. Cranes the three-pointer. Bazemore's got 7 points in the game.
A wide-open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Here's McCoy. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor. I mean, their offense in the paint has not been up to par.
Here's Mack. Chris Anderson pulls it in. Anderson's got 6 rebounds in the game.
He's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Well, Luol Deng was supposed to have a lot more help in Chicago as they got healthy, but injuries struck once again, and they were forced to ship Deng off to help in the next rebuilding project. First time Deng has ever played in a different uniform.
And Luol Deng, Clark, one of only 5 Bulls in history to play in a 10th year with the team, the 4th leading scorer in their franchise's history.
And Kevin, Coach Thibodeau called him the glue of the team, the Velcro guy, but despite everything he meant to the organization, his free agency weighed heavily. He refused a significant extension offer, so they felt they had to go in a different direction.
Kent Bazemore undrafted back in 2012, but he caught on with the Golden State Warriors after an impressive summer league. And while he didn't play a ton of minutes, he caught national attention for his enthusiasm on the bench.
And Bazemore traded at the deadline last season from the Golden State Warriors to the Lakers in exchange for Steve Blake.
Really liked his game in college, and he played extensive minutes for the Lakers. I think it's pretty clear that he belongs in the NBA. He just has to cut down his turnovers, but he's a nice two-way player.
Here's Big Red, and he has 28 points for the game. Deng can't get it to go. Here's Mack. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The Hawks have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
About a year ago, they converted about 78% of their free throws as a team, so pretty solid there.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Here's Deng. Trains it from beyond the arc. Tang's got 16.
They are making some noise from downtown, guys.
And they've got themselves a very nice lead to show for.
And that's it for the first quarter. In what's been a very lopsided game. Miami ahead, running away with it. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Nick Roberts at the 4 with Bosch at center. Napier is out there with Dragic. And it's Granger in at the 3 spot. That's good. Atlanta shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, as you know, Adrian Payne out of the talented Michigan State basketball program. He's one of the older rookies in this draft class, but he only started playing basketball in the 8th grade. He said, quote, I haven't been playing the game for that long. I got better in a short period of time, and I became a great player. I feel like I have a lot of room to grow. One can only imagine, guys.
That's right, Doris. Thanks. Now here's Granger, following the miss by Chris Bosch. Bosch, the screen. Down low, and stolen by Payne. Here's Mack. He's guarded by Dragic. Right wing, and here's Cephalosha for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Miami Heat, a terrific organization from top down. And one thing you notice with these top teams, there's so much continuity. And you talk about that consistent continuity, so important. From the coaches to the front office, they know who they are, what they're about, and how to put players in position to win the ultimate prize.
And the Hawks with possession here. The Heat getting the bucket. Clock at 6. A baseline J. Again, the Hawks score.
You know, Kevin, he's not always looking to put up big numbers, but he's doing a nice job here.
The Heat leading by 23.
And when you look at the Heat, they say they're a development team because of luxury taxes and the like. The Heat have to find players with upside and coach them up. We saw that last year with Greg Oden and Michael Beasley.
Now here's Bosch, and it's Miami with another.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Atlanta calls timeout. And even, Clark, with the departure of LeBron this past offseason, you saw many free agents still look to play for the Heat. They're definitely doing something right there.
Yeah, you know, they lost LeBron, who went home, but it wasn't an easy decision for LeBron. Bosch decided to stay, and they had several other free agents go out of their way to play in Miami.
Scotty's checked in for Paralontic. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Bosch. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Thank you, Doris.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Here's Mack. Soft touch on the glass. Mack's got 6.
The offense has a better flow, and it actually looks better here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've steadied themselves a little bit, trying to close this gap.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Shelvin Mack came out of Butler and was a second-rounder back in 2011, but really solidified his role as a backup point guard with the Hawks last season. And you like his sturdy build. He's about 6'3" and goes around 210 pounds, so he's strong enough to handle that position.
The Heat leading by 23. Outside Dragic, pass to Napier. And it's Bosch at the elbow. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And Mack, it seems, Steve, still adjusting to NBA three-point range. Best as a mid-range shooter, it would seem now.
Yeah, but last season, the big thing, Kevin, he cut his rate of turnovers. He had good court vision. Really a combo guard. I think if he can continue to improve, he's got a chance to stick around this league for a long time.
Here's Napier after the basket by Atlanta. Dishes it to Dragic. Shot clock at 6. From outside the arc. And it's Napier missing. And the Hawks with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. And Mack kicks to Scott. Takes a 3. The rebound by McRoberts.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Here's Napier. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Bosch. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Now here is Cephalosha. He's got 5. Here's Mack. Off target from three-point range.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
They set the pick for the 3, and the basket good. McRoberts has got 5 points in the quarter.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to fight over the top of that.
Here's Mack. He's got 8. Jones dishes to Mack. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
It's Dragic with the drive. Bosch kicks to Dragic. Back to Bosch. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. The Hawks have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Mack, the pass to Jones. Kicks it to Mack. Back to Jones. Lets it go from deep. That's good. Jones has got 6.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
Here's Napier. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. He feeds it to Bosch. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
He started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
And Mack kicks to Scott. Jones against Granger. Cephalosha dishes to Mack. For the 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
The Heat leading by 22. Here's Napier. Bosch, the screen. Napier passes to Bosch. Here is McRoberts, defended by Scott. That's good. Mick Roberts has got 7 now in this quarter. Here's Mack. 8 points for him. Scott up top. He kicks it to Mack. It's Jones on the way. Here's Payne. He dishes it to Mack. And there's the pass to Cephalosha. Here's Mack. This one for 3. Scott can't get it to go.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end. Coach Mike Budenholzer got early consideration for Coach of the Year award honors in Atlanta before a rash of injuries just sidetracked their season, but a promising young head coach, really sharp.
Here's Payne. It's hauled in by the Heat. Bosch has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. They set the pick. Granger kicks to Napier. With some arc. Oh, that's blocked. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Jones. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Jones has got 8 points. Coach Budenholzer still in his early 40s and led the Hawks to a scrappy performance in last year's playoffs.
I was very impressed with the job he did as the head coach of the Atlanta Hawks in his first season. They were forced to go small with the injuries along their front line, so he went with a spread out, small ball style of play, great spacing, movement offensively, and really was effective with it as they pushed the Pacers to the brink in that first round playoff series.
It's blocked. Dragic with it. In the corner, Granger with it. Mick Roberts dishes to Bosch. And there's another one for the Heat. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And they're getting out in transition, too, finding some easy points on the fast break. He kind of threaded the needle with that pass into the paint.
Miami's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Napier, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
They sure are. You got to come up with something, a double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting ridiculous.
And Atlanta has possession. The Heat getting the bucket. Cephalosha misses.
Well, offensively, they've kind of settled for outside shots so far.
You know, I don't know if they're shying away from contact, Steve, but their free throw attempts also down from the first quarter.
Now here's Granger. There's the pick. Lock at 6. Mick Roberts. Rebound, Atlanta. There's 1:38 left now here in the second. Here's Mack. Shot is off. And Miami the other way now. Granger outside.
Well, Danny Granger in his prime, a 25-point-per-game scorer and an all-star, but knee troubles have conspired to hold him back over the last couple of seasons. You know, still an effective role player, but just not the star that he once was.
And you recall back in 2005, Danny Granger slipped to 17th on draft night because of concerns about his knee. He made it 7 seasons before that became a hindrance. Now he's trying to overcome it in the latter stages of his career.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Carol Antich, he's checked in for Scott. Damari Carroll comes in for Jones. Miller's checked in for Cephalosha. And it's Dennis Schroeder in for Shelvin Mack. And then for Miami, Chris Anderson is checked in for Bosch. Dang comes in for Josh McRoberts. And Big Red subbed in for Napier. And Granger at one time the franchise player for the Pacers. But with their camp situation, Steve, the writing was on the wall.
Well, a new team and a new situation. And, you know, when healthy, Danny Granger is still an impact player. Really, at this stage of his career, though, he's best served in a reserve role.
Here's Miller, drilled from 11 feet out. Miller's got his first 2 points.
Really did a nice job recognizing the mismatch that he had and immediately cashing in with that mid-range jumper.
Tang with the screen for Dragic. Passes to McCoy. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Here's Hontic. And it's Tang with the rebound. Tang's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Anderson a screen on Miller. The Heat have hit 4 of 8 from the free throw line so far. Folks, that's 50%. Not great work there.
Chris Anderson, 2 shots.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. The Hawks shooting the ball at 42%. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Schroeder passes to Miller. Miller, right side.
Oh, how about that basketball fan? Wow.
It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not
Holy
probable.
smokes.
It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Miami ahead, delivering the blowout. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Goran, just a quick question before you head off to the locker room. Is the varied offensive attacks the team has succeeded with tonight key to this nice lead?
Yeah, you know, if every player on the court is dangerous for basket, then it's much easier for us, you know. And for defense, it's tough.
All 5 guys a threat, guys. Always a pleasure to watch.
All right, Doris, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. It's been one outstanding game from Big Red.
He has that slasher mentality, guys, and we saw all the evidence of that in the first half as he continually got to the rim and scored.
Yeah, he had the jetpack on today, Steve, blowing by the defender no matter who they put on it.
Heat shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Jamari Carroll is out there with Scott. Then there's Kent Bazemore. Then it's Parawanchik. And it's Schroeder in at the point. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But, Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
The shot by Carroll, no good.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, the Atlanta Hawks, a team that looks to spread the floor with shooting. Coach Mike Budenholzer said we don't want to just be a three-point shooting team. We want to get to the rim first. By creating that space, we give our guards and our bigs a chance to attack. If the paint is taken away, we'll look for our shooters. Good strategy, Kevin.
Coach Bud coming from San Antonio, Doris. The Hawks trying to create that same kind of spacing.
That's his third personal foul.
For Atlanta, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Kent Bazemore. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. He's off on the second.
You know, the Hawks haven't been an elite team, but they do have the longest active playoff streak in the East. They've been to 7 straight postseasons, and while they haven't advanced very far, I still think there's something to be said for getting to the postseason 7 years in a row.
The Hawks shooting 41% for the game. Here's Schroeder. The feed now to Carroll. The dish to Bazemore. Pass to Carroll. It's stolen by Dang. Here's Dragic. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
Here's Schroeder. 8 points for him. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Schroeder's got 10 points.
Tell you what, it's a huge plus to have him making shots like that.
Here's McCoy. Carroll with the rebound. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Bazemore. Dragic with some nice D.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
And Bosch now top of the key. Now here's Dragic. Guarded closer. Tried to tip it in, but couldn't quite get it. Here's Bazemore. He's covered by Deng. Schroeder kicks to Carroll. 6 to shoot. Here's Bazemore. No good with the triple.
They're struggling here. They're just 1 of 5 to start this third quarter. They've got to loosen up here.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
What a great game for Bosch in this one. He has 20 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him to try to give him another open look or two.
Chris Bosh, in some ways, had been the overlooked, underrated member of the Big Three in Miami, but extremely valuable. A nice complimentary scorer and understated defensively. But with LeBron gone now, he becomes more of a focal point offensively.
The first free throw is good. And Chris Bosh posted up a lot more, it seemed, to Clark in Toronto and Miami. He'd become primarily a face-up threat.
And I think that's where he's most comfortable, Kevin. More of a slender build. He takes advantage of his quickness more than his strength, so facing up is really where he's been most effective.
Both free throws good from Bosh.
Well, if any team had the opportunity or the excuse to pack it in and call it a year, it was the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, they lost their star player for the season, but still found a way to fight through and make it into the playoffs in a very tough division.
Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And realistically, guys, the Hawks never were going to do anything in the East, as the Pacers and Heat were the class of the conference. But, Steve, they established a winning environment in a year when they really could just glide it on by.
Yeah, and they gave Indiana all they could handle in that first round, too, Kevin. I think it's important to establish the style of play, which Mike Budenholzer did, and now you build off that, and you continue to grow as an organization.
For Atlanta, they've gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half starting. Schroeder dishes to Antic. Feeds to Schroeder. Pass to Carroll. Hawks passing it around. Schroeder's shot is good. Schroeder's got 13.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that three.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Amari Carroll, last season, a consistent starter for the first time in his NBA career. Today, he really turned the corner with his three-point shot, providing a great complement to his high-energy play.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He talked to his guys about the importance of functioning as a unit, not as individuals, and on the need to help each other find open shots on the perimeter. Another part of what he said to them centered on his desire to see them shooting the ball every opportunity that presents itself. He said, "Fire away, guys. You've got the green light." Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
That's his first.
And Carroll, known as the junkyard dog for his hustle style.
Really an athletic energy guy, Kevin. I mean, he can rebound, he runs, he finishes around the rim. Always a hard worker. So no surprise that he's been able to expand his game to be more complete offensively.
The Heat have made a little more than half their free throws today, 7 of 12.
Well, you take a look back to last year, guys. This is a club that converted about 76% of its free throws.
Chris Anderson, the Birdman, has been a great fit in Miami, and I think they got a steal in this veteran big man. I mean, he's got tremendous bounce. He bangs the glass. He's a rim protector, and he finishes with force and finesse sometimes.
Both free throws good from Anderson.
And Chris Anderson, certainly one of the more colorful characters in the league. Always a fan favorite with the tattoos, the mohawk, the energy. He's just a great fit on this Miami defense that's built around quickness and athleticism.
Here's Bazemore. 9 points in the game so far. And now here comes Dang, leading the break. This is to Dragic. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Dragic has got 6.
Some killer instinct he showed right there, exploding to the rim and adding to that lead.
And 2 years ago, Anderson missed the first half of the season under investigation. It turned out that he was the victim of a vicious internet hoax.
Yeah, pretty wild and crazy stuff. I mean, he was finally cleared of any wrongdoing. He bounced back nicely, signing with the Heat. And he's played a very important role on this championship team.
Here's McCoy. Rebound by the Hawks. Scott's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Bazemore. And it's Dragic with the rebound. Dragic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And finished off by Anderson.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Here's Schroeder, 13 points in the game. Kicks it to Bazemore. Outside, Scott, a 3 ball. Can't get it to go. And the Heat going the other way now.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
And here's Bosch for 3. It's hauled in by Antic. Antic has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Schroeder kicks it to Bazemore. A 3 ball. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Offensive rebound. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Look at the free throw percentage. Unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
And that one misses.
Well, 2 seasons ago, the Heat were rolling. They won a franchise record 66 games. 27 of those came consecutively. Last season, they managed the regular season. They knew they had to pace themselves in an effort to try to win a 3rd straight championship.
Good on the second free throw. And last season, I'd say, guys, the Heat more or less just conceded that #1 seed to the Pacers.
Yeah, almost like a marathon runner. You know, they just didn't want to burn out early, so they just kind of found their pace throughout the season. And they weren't worried too much about the home seed. They were concerned more with their own health. And I thought Eric Spoelstra handled all of those dynamics perfectly.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
McCoy passes to Anderson. Dang gets a wide open look. And it's Dang again missing. Atlanta's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Here's Schroeder. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Heat have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the 3rd quarter got underway. Dang takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Dang's got 20.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
There's the pick. Schroeder to Bazemore. He feeds it to Schroeder. Outside, Scott. 4 on the clock. Carroll for 3. Good. Carroll's got 13.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
And there's the pass to Dang. Inside. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Dang. Anderson's got 7 points for the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assists as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Here's Schroeder, 13 points in the game. Bazemore dishes to Schroeder. Carroll for 3. Chris Anderson pulls it in. The Heat have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. To the paint. Takes it off the glass. Anderson's got 9 points here in the second half.
Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
Anderson's gone 3 for 3 from the floor. Scott with a screen on Dragic. Schroeder passes to Ontic, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Ontic has got his second basket of the game.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
McCoy passes to Dang. Passes it to McCoy from the arc, and he gets it to go. Big Red's got 33 points.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
Here's Schroeder. He kicks it to Scott. Carroll dishes to Bazemore. Fires from the corner. Bosch grabs the miss. Bosch has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Stolen by Schroeder. Fast break, the Hawks. Ahead, here's Bazemore. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Bazemore's got 5 points in the quarter.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Here's Big Red. 33 points for him. It's tipped. Fires the 3. The shot is off. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Scott with a screen on Dragic. And Bazemore kicks to Schroeder. He dishes it to Bazemore. And a miss there on the triple.
Very little success for him behind the arc today. Just 1 3-pointer in the first half and still none in the second.
outside Dang. Back to Dragic. Pass to McCoy. Clock at 6. The feed now to Dang. Shoots. Atlanta with the rebound. Antic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Pero Antic, nice find for the Atlanta Hawks last season. He signed as a rookie free agent, but he's a veteran with over a decade of professional experience in Europe. Also a captain of the Macedonian national team.
Here's Big Red after the basket by Atlanta. 1:02 left here in the 3rd quarter. The dish now to Carroll. The tray, and that one's good. Carroll's got 16 points.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Here's Big Red. Pass to Dang. Takes the 3. Again, the miss by Dang.
Well, eventually he'll start knocking those down. Again, he did make 2 in the first half.
Schroeder passes to Carroll. Feeds to Schroeder. 3-pointer. And it's Miami with the rebound. And the foul on Mike Scott. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So for the Hawks, Payne, he's checked in for Pero Antic. Cephalosha comes in for Scott, and Quincy Miller subbed in for Kent Bazemore. And a new group in for the Heat. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Anderson. Haslam comes in for Chris Bosh. Danny Granger, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Napier in for Goran Dragic. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
Oh, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Here's Schroeder. He's got 15. Down low. And Carroll gets it to go. Carroll's got 8 points in the quarter.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Here's McCoy. And no good trying to get that one. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Miami ahead, opening up a huge gap. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. The Hawks shooting for the game at 42%. On the floor for Miami, we've got Danny Granger. Haslam's out there with Josh McRoberts. And there's Williams. And it's Napier in at the 1.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
There's a screen. Dishes it to McRoberts. The 3-pointer, no good.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide-open opportunities.
And the jam by Cephalosha.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Miami with the ball. Granger kicks to Napier. Shot off the screen. That's blocked. Here's Meckel to the inside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, the issue really with Atlanta this year and moving forward isn't that they're a bad team. They've just been kind of stuck in that middle road of mediocrity. They're competitive, play hard. They're hoping to find a way to get to the next level.
And with Atlanta, as you said, for a while now they've been a playoff caliber team, but making that next step into the elite class of the East has been hard.
He misses the free throw. And some of it, Clark, for Atlanta making the jump is personnel. It's never easy to get a franchise player without a high draft pick.
And in that sense, Kevin, they are a bit in danger of becoming a treadmill team, but they have a good base right now, and I think they just need to continue to keep adding talent and have the talent they have continue to develop.
Good on the second free throw.
Well, a new award in the NBA starting 2 seasons ago, the Twyman Stokes Best Teammate, and the first honoree was Chauncey Billups.
Now here's Williams. The pass to Napier. To the wing right side. 6 to shoot. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Williams can't get it to go. And the names of that award memorializes the incredible story of Jack Twyman and Maurice Stokes. Stokes, an NBA All-Star in each of his first 3 seasons, but in a game in 1958, he took a hard fall, hit his head, and thereafter became paralyzed.
One of the saddest and most moving stories in the history of sports. Stokes was waived by the team, and his family couldn't afford his gigantic medical bills, but his teammate, Jack Twyman, worked tirelessly on his behalf. A tremendous story of love, caring, and service in a tough situation.
Here's Meckel. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Here's Napier. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Shots good by Miller.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Now here's Granger. Passes it to Napier. Here's the screen. Back to Granger. Pass to Napier. Haslam screen. Napier passes to Williams. Elbow shot. Again, the miss by the Heat.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Kicks it to Meckel. To the left side wing.
You know, an interesting study came out recently that argued that steals are really undervalued, not just because they create high-percentage scoring opportunities at the other end, but also there just aren't that many players who really excel in that area.
The Heat leading by 20. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. There's a good screen. Napier kicks to McRoberts. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Meckel dishes to Miller. Meckel gets the bucket. Meckel's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I know it's getting late, guys, but there's hope for them now, where a little while ago it looked like there was no chance.
Well, they need to keep getting after it at both ends, because at this stage it's not good enough just to get a bunch of points. They've got to continue to make stops, too.
And the Heat call time here.
A lot of things get talked about with the NBA and the playoff structure. And, you know, there's been some mention about opening things up in the near future. One thought is to have more teams make it in and have a play-in round between the bottom teams.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Pero Antic, he's checked in for Payne. Scott comes in for Cephalosha. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Miller. And Shelvin Max subbed in for Gal Meckel. And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Anderson is checked in for Josh McRoberts. Wash comes in for Udonis Haslem. Luol Deng is checked in for Danny Granger. And it's Dragic in for Williams. Wash sets the pick for Dragic. And the layup's good off the glass. Well, Clark, addressing playoff restructuring, we know now that 8 come in from the East and 8 teams, the top teams in the West. Another change being thrown around is just taking the top 16 teams from both conferences combined and seeding them.
Don't like it. Don't like it. We tend to overreact when we have an aberration. The Suns don't get in the playoffs with 48 wins, and 2 or 3 Eastern Conference teams get in at sub 500, and now you want to shake it all up. I'm not for that. The top 8 in the West and the top 8 in the East make a lot of sense to me, because it would be a scheduling nightmare otherwise if we started.
Keep it as is.
And in terms of trying to have a balanced schedule,
yes,
when you go to just the top 16 teams, it wouldn't work geographically. I just don't think it makes sense. We've got to stay where we are there.
Now Deng. To the wing on the left for the 3, and Dragic with the basket on the assist by Deng. And that's now 11 points for Goran Dragic. Hawks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Mack the pass to Bazemore. Antic kicks it to Bazemore. Atlanta again missing.
He has not shot the ball well here, and I think it's time for him to start looking for his teammates a little bit.
Bosch, the screen. Dang dishes to Bosch. Back to Dang. Good ball movement here by Miami. Good, nice play there from Napier.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Atlanta's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Mack.
Well, the league is making a push for more transparency with its officiating since last season, and I really think that's the way to go. They're sharing memos with teams and the media, and I think it's a great step, really, because, again, with all of the information and technology available, fans are able to see more and their expectations are higher. And when you can do it at a higher level and to help get things right, I think transparency is a good thing from the official standpoint. Help people understand how difficult their jobs are and the great job that they do as officials.
Here's Mack following the 3 by Miami that went in. He took good advantage of that screen.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Now here's Dragic. Pass to Napier. Back to Dragic. Dang gets a wide open look, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And it's now 23 points for Luol Deng. Hawks have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Mack the pass to Bazemore. He feeds it to Mack. Here's Carroll. 5 on the clock. Fires at the elbow. And that one goes long.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Napier kicks to Bosch. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
Here's Mack.
Analytics has become a huge part of the NBA, and one element of that jumps out at me is basically the cameras that track every movement of every player and can provide info on when exactly a player gets tired to how much of their time on the floor they are actually running instead of standing around.
Here's Napier. Right side Dang. 6 on the shot clock, and the foul on Mike Scott.
He just picked up his 4th personal foul, and now he's got some foul trouble hanging over his head, guys.
For the Hawks, Payne, he's checked in for Paralantic. Jones comes in for Scott, and Quincy Miller subbed in for Damari Carroll. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Miami. Williams comes in for Goran Dragic. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. And back to the camera system you were talking about. Some teams using it more than others, but they are starting to find and use all sorts of data, Steve, from those cameras.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear how different teams are using that technology. Some teams use it to check on the club's spacing. They'll see how many times a guy is dribbling the ball compared to the season before. That's what the Celtics did with Rondo. It's really interesting. It's a tremendous amount of data to process, but the trick is, making it work, making it mean something.
Atlanta with the ball, following the score by Miami. Here's Mack. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Miller. Atlanta again missing.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take. Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Here's Napier, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Napier's got 12 points here in the second half.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Here's Mack.
Well, guys, it seems like the league has been pretty forward-thinking, willing to embrace changes over time, always trying to improve the game. And I think, they actually changed the competition committee over the last couple of years. It used to be every general manager. Now it's made up of 3 owners, 3 general managers, 3 coaches, and a player, which I think is a much more manageable group to work with. Now, tough call there on that illegal screen.
He didn't look set to me, Steve. I thought that was a good call.
Atlanta's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. There's the screen. He kicks to Jones. He dishes it to Carroll for the 3, and that one's good. Carroll's got 23.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
Miami's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the 4th quarter so far. 1:43 left to play here in the 4th. Napier passes to Day. Here's Napier. Clock at 4. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Napier's got 12 points now in the quarter.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Heat.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, remarkable team effort, Kevin. Everybody got involved, and that paid dividends.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Big Red. He was doing everything right, and the points seemed to come in bunches. He definitely had the hot hand.
Here's Mack. He's covered by Dang, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
The Hawks making a switch here. Meckel's checked in, and Miami also making a switch. Haywood's checked in. Miami controlling the game. There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter. The feed now to Dang. Haslam a screen. Outside Dang. And he gets it to go.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
Here's Meckel. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
And the Heat making a change here. Ennis is checked in. Miami with the ball. Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
Here's Napier. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Goran, certainly a nice win tonight. Tell us what was working for you guys.
We are as a team, so we play as a team. We are fighting back, and we are just solid in defense. Make some easy basket transition, and in the end, we won that game.
Clearly a team that likes playing with each other. Goran, thank you for your time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan